Let's do it.
All right, first, we were watching the first Leather Jacket Studios. I remember when I watched this. I watched this when I remember the exact day at Speech and Debate, walking into that one room where Dan had his iPod Touch and was showing, like, Caleb Harris this video. Anyway, let's go and watch.
Let's start it.
Nobody Touches My Guns.
It's a classic.
Dash action film. Dan's marketing techniques way back when.
This is a bad idea.
I thought you said you weren't gonna laugh. I thought you said you were trying to keep it serious. Oh, the slow mo. Oh, the 24 slow mo. The roll.
Let's probably put down a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
I remember how excited you were when you told me that there were two separate shots because you only had one clip of the shot.
We only
of the
have
gun.
one clip for the guns. We used we split the clips and made it look like it was two clips.
I remember how excited you were. Like, Joel, you don't get it. It's so cool because
You were not impressed.
yeah.
But I was impressed because of the editing, you know?
Nobody touches my guns.
There's a line. Nobody touches my guns.
That was a very simple thing we would always do. We'd always, if you want to do a good video, if you want to follow the old LJS technique, always end with a specific line that calls back to your title. Don't actually do that. Don't actually do that, but that's what we used to do. Which one's the next? Oh, no. So this is what happens when you're, like, horrified by the footage that you create. So I decided to put the whole film in reverse. Because I thought it was a good idea. Because it was so terrible, and the dialogue was just like, one of my friends was screaming, like, Nikolai, you're a... We were saying all these crazy names and saying these crazy things, and it just didn't make sense at all. It was just definitely one of the ones I'm more embarrassed by. I mean, I think the concept was kind of cool, like, considering, like, how little I knew about editing. I started to try to do something, I think, a little more experimental. But it's clearly just three kids with plastic guns.
How many situations do you have where you look at your footage and you're like, okay, this is crap?
Yeah, and this was like the first time I like sort of realized, like, okay, the edit can save it, and it didn't, obviously, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, the edit can.
This was the beginning of when Dan realized that the edit can possibly have more to do
to save the film, and obviously it didn't in this case, but I don't know. I think it was definitely an important video just to sort of learn the power of editing.
Most of the memories I have from this one are just laughing, of you laughing at it when we watched it.
Reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. The third one is probably the one I'm most embarrassed about. That one and The Boss, I'm definitely most. If you realize, we've seen our films a billion times. The number one thing I preach, a lot of people are very negative about their old stuff. Embrace it, enjoy it. You're only gonna live once. You know, just enjoy what you have.
And even if you do need some booze to enjoy it properly.
There's a reason why we got a bunch of booze before we shot this. So, let's go on to the next one.
No! I just remember the opening of it real quick.
So the muzzle flash is, I literally found a stock image on Google and just repeated it 30 times. That was the only muzzle flash I had at the time, because I didn't know what Andrew Kramer was or Video Copilot. Those are great resources.
I love just the mist of red.
The Freddie Wong mist is we were trying to be Freddie Wong and do the whole blood mist. It was very popular back in the early 2010s.
I remember this. This is where I have my flip flops on. No, actually, I do have my
shoes.
No, I do actually have shoes.
You have regular shoes. You have flip flops.
Surprisingly.
I love this because I always do the speed ramping. It's like speed ramping. I thought was like so cool. Actually, in one of our newer videos, I might actually be parodying speed ramping. the anime one. It was a shot. That was a little bit more forgetful. Like, I don't think that one is as... The first two, I feel like, are pretty, like, memorable. Like, I don't really remember doing anything on that one. I just remember shooting it out front and being extremely, you know, having a good time with my buddies. I didn't know we were playing this one. It's more of an emotional one. Now
What do you mean? I don't know. We're going. Come on, we're going through all the old stuff.
So now it's gonna be a filmmaker cries at his old film. So I made this one by myself. I used to compete in speech and debate, and I went to Missouri, and I wanted to do something like a travel video. And it's clearly not good, but there's some emotion to it that I really love about this video. It was like the first time that I legitimately tried to use my filmmaking abilities to do something artistic. Everything else is like clearly like guns and just like funny. But like, even for how bad this video is, like, I don't know. This was definitely one of those ones that I remember, and to this day, I know she's watching. My mom still swears this is my best video. She always will tell me it's my best video, and so if that's truly what she believes, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. This is your favorite video.
It is. You know what I get when I watch this? I get exactly what you were doing. And let me hear me out here. There's a lot of films I've seen that have this style where one of the protagonists is like saving all the memories and just making these recordings certain times. This just reminds me exactly like if you wanted to replicate that. I've seen this in different films where they're trying to sort of replicate this. The main protagonist is sort of just documenting
His life.
So,
yeah. I get what you're saying.
Juxtaposed to the regular cinematography, which looks amazing and is really locked down.
So
and
you're
all
sort
the
of saying
movement
like pretending if like if the character was like filming something.
yeah,
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like sort of like 16 millimeter.
like hear me out. Two characters, they're in love, they just got to know each other, and they're on this road trip. And
you would intersplice this footage.
Maybe.
With it.
It's just, that's what it screams to me, you know? Obviously, with the shake, with the T2I, there's not much you can do.
Yeah,
You did focus, but
yeah,
that's what this reminds me of. And here's the thing, there's a lot of different things that I think are done really well. The autofocus, like city lights.
I was trying to do that intentionally.
I know, but that's a very good style. It's a really cool style. A lot of people, when they're really tired, they sort of start like
getting groggy.
You're getting groggy, and then their eyes sort of close, but they don't fully close, and you can see like the little light source becomes a large light source.
Yeah,
and it's a very
it worked for the video and how I felt.
It definitely worked for the video, and
the
that's
very
the emotional.
First, like the third light in that video, is a car light, a brake light from someone sitting in a McDonald's parking lot.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever told anyone that.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. The true genius, Dan Lott cinematography.
Pretty good.
It just screams that it's a timestamp.
Yeah.
Right. It screams, I am a timestamp. And there's something very nostalgic about that.
Yeah, I really like that one.
And it even bleeds through, obviously it would be nostalgic for you specifically, but it's still, that nostalgia still sort of creeps out to someone who wasn't even there.
Yeah, I think that was what I was trying to go for. So, what's the next one? The Boss?
Dan's really quick to get off that last one.
What, the last one? I actually like that one. I like that one.
Oh, this is when you started doing the intros.
Oh, Street Shootout. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Man, how many bullets was that?
It was like 60. There's me trying to act. That's terrible.
Oh, this sad AK-47 prop.
This was the video, I believe, that had the most visual effects in any video I ever did.
Look at that long barrel. Oh my gosh, looks so stupid.
It looked terrible. And then we tried to make it look like Joe got shot in the leg, but it just looked like he got grazed. There's me falling over like a goofus. I kind of like that, like where it kind of zooms out and then comes back in. It's very Freddie Wong, but I like it. I mean, if you guys couldn't tell, we were extremely inspired by Freddie Wong for like the first 5 years of our filmmaking career.
Street Shooter. If you really like it,
I don't wanna put this down.
Look at that low res subscribe button.
Yeah, it's like it's not even like 360p, it's like 420. This was a time where, like, when you're young, you just don't even really, like, realize, like, how goofy everything is.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't. You just don't realize, like, your subscribe button looks goofy. You just think it looks like, oh, look how cool we are.
But the thing is, goofy, what is goofy? How do you know what goofy is until you
sort of
have
like
a long enough experience to
pass it? Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like what we're doing now can be considered goofy.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like to ourselves 10 years in the future. We could be like, why do we
Yeah,
frick did we
everything
make this, you know?
everything gets sort of revised as it goes further along.
You know, I bet you Quentin Tarantino looks at his, you know, the first film he made. Not the successful one. I mean, the first film he made.
Oh,
He said, "No, that was
my brother's birthday or whatever, or my girlfriend's birthday.
goofy."
I fucked that up. Sorry, Quentin Tarantino. I know you're not watching, but I'm cutting this out.
I know you are. That's why I'm laughing.
Now I'm gonna leave it in. Yeah. So what's the next one?
I love how you are so unmoved by your old works. You're so
Get on to the next one. Play it again.
You are so nonchalant about
Like just ripping into it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. This next one has a very good soundtrack.
Which one is this? This has got to be the boss.
Best soundtrack.
Oh, I didn't even know we were showing this one. Oh no. Okay, you guys are all gonna read me a new one, but I swore the sync was on point, and I still think it is. I still look at it.
Okay, there's certain parts where it's on.
At certain points where it's on, but you have to understand, I was very young when I did this. A, B. We're like watching intently just to, so you get, like, we're trying to watch and make sure it's on sync. There's parts where it's on, parts where it's off. But what I feel about this one, we made this for a contest, for Jimmy Wong's contest. You had to make a music video using one of his songs. And I don't know, I like this one. It was fun. It was goofy. I don't know why everyone took the sync so seriously. It was one of those things we tried to do it the best we could. If we were like older, I feel like I would have done way better on this because I would have like done a clap. It would have been easier to sort of sync. But like when I was a kid, I didn't know about that.
This is what we know. Whoever is in this film is not going to be a drummer.
Whoever's doing the who's it? That's Joe, and then that's my cousin. That's funny. We asked her randomly. We just one day we're like, hey, do you want to like do a video? We're just gonna take, like, you're just doing these dancing shots, and we're doing a music video. And she thought she'd be just like, we'll do it. It was kind of funny. This was an idea by my dad. My dad was like, you should do this thing where like the shoes are dancing, and I was like, sounds cool. And then I don't know. That's a sweet video.
How many videos have you done for a contest?
That one. I only feel like a few, like 2 or 3. We'll see as we go along, because honestly, I don't remember everyone.
Alright.
So, I know everyone speaks cards.
Yep.
That one. My old days when I used to do my Lego channel, we're not going to talk about it, but there was a couple videos. I actually won some contests with that.
Really?
Yeah, that's a different video.
No, it sounds like a different.
That's going to require more than King Cobra. Just saying.
Here we go.
Grabbing the target. If there's any video I could pinpoint like everything I hate about our channel, our old channel, it's this one.
Your reaction there?
Me acting here, I'm terrible.
You're walking back. I'm sorry.
This was like the peak of me trying to be Freddie Wong and then realizing I'm like a sad white boy with glasses. Like, this is not gonna work, man. This is not gonna work. And it ends so abruptly. Like, what is that? It's just like it's over. There's nothing.
Hey everybody, thanks for
Oh.
watching. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you like content, subscribe to our channel. We're gonna have a video every week from this week forward, so there's gonna be a lot of content
The
on
way-
our channel. So
The way you're not looking at the camera and then it records and then you're like looking at the camera like it's an old friend that you haven't seen in a while and you're just like, oh hey everybody. It's
So, like, contrived.
It's so good. You're just like, oh hey.
Made me feel worse now about it.
I'm sorry.
That's funny.
I'm sorry. It looks hilarious. Oh man, that was good.
That's a good video.
It's the same way you look off and then you go, whoa. Oh man. Now you give this one crap, man. I thought this one actually this is one of my favorites, but then again, this is one, man.
This is the boss.
Yeah. I don't know anything about it. I actually like this one a lot.
I just don't like any of the ones where I'm acting.
Ready.
I thought you did good here.
This is, I will agree. There's one part I don't like in my acting. The majority I don't mind. So I'm just gonna put it down a little bit. I like that. I look pretty badass when I grab the gun. There's Joe. That's pretty sweet. The effects are... The problem is I didn't give the effects the same green tinge as the rest of the footage. I don't know why I didn't do that. I didn't really understand...
So it looks a little more orange than it should.
Yeah, I should have put the color correction on top of the effects, because then it would have looked like really blend. These effects look really good if they blend in. See what I'm saying? Like if you put the green tinge on top, you would have never noticed they were like not real. I mean, you would have, but like they looked a lot better. They looked a lot better. I really like the shells they did there. Actually, surprisingly, this one's better than I remember. I don't know.
Yeah, I like this one, and I love the ending. Because it sort of only works. It sort of only works if you see the repetition of it, right?
Yeah. There's more of a concept to that one. But it's Production Ones. So he has this channel called ASV Productions, but he couldn't get the I in Productions, so he put a 1. So he used to call it Production Ones. I was so embarrassed every time we tried to like refer it. It'd be just like ASV Production Ones. It's funny. That made me laugh.
Thanks. I don't even remember that.
Production Ones.
Special thanks to ASC.